Hi there and welcome to a new video in which we are going to be talking about something that is probably missing in Godot, even in the latest version, which is 4.5 Dev 1. And you probably already know that in 4.4 this new game tab has been introduced, which is really interesting and important for a lot of developers, since now when we press play and we go, for example in this case, to the 3D mode, we can go ahead and, for example, select this guy over here and modify whatever we want. So for example, let's modify the scale to 2, come back over here, and well, it should have been made bigger, but let's do it again, I don't know, 5 maybe. And well, as you can see, kind of this orange box has been made bigger. This is probably, well, what we are selecting here in this case, for example, was the collision shape. But if we enable the option, this one, okay, and let's click again, let's get the enemy flying, which is the root node, as you can see, and let's now actually scale this so that we can see it growing. So 4, for example, and there we can take a look at it. So of course this was a super good tool for us to kind of test different things as the game was being executed. But there is still one thing that misses this, and when I am actually creating this video, it's not to criticize Godot, but well, maybe the team is working on this, probably well, just a random thought that came to my mind, because it's actually something that has been existing in Unity for decades or years, I don't really know. Because the game window is actually something that, as you can see, actually exists in Unity. I have a different project here, but it doesn't matter. So what we have in Unity is a scene view, which is the exact same thing that we have here in Godot. This would be our scene view, and then we have the game view. So what happens is that here, let's press play, and I will also just pause the game so that we don't get hit by the enemies wherever, because this is an RPG. So let's give it a second. So there we are, and here we are in the game view. Now here in Unity it works a little differently, and I like much more this system. Because here, well, when you click here, you cannot directly select a game object. As far as I know, there is no way of doing this. It would be quite cool if Unity actually added that, because if we wanted to, I know, modify this enemy or see something of this enemy, we will have to go back to the scene view and, well, find this enemy and click it. Okay, so well, there we have something that is missing in Unity and is in Godot. But the most important thing here is that, for example, well, right now with this layout may not be the best thing, but let's, for example, make this inspector smaller, and let's drag and drop the game view over here. So what we can technically do is, once again, select this enemy, and for example, let's just scale it much more. So let's make it, I don't know, 8, and you can kind of start to see the main difference, and that's the fact that it is basically also shown in the game tab. I believe that, well, scaling is not going to be possible, since the scale of the object is actually handled here by one of the script, which is enemy flip. I believe this one, yes, this one is modifying the scale of the object, so that's why it is not actually, as you can see, taking any kind of effect. So let's do something different. Let's change the sprite color. So I don't know, here we have it, and as you can see, it changes both in the scene view and in the game view. And that's something that can be pretty useful in lots of scenarios, okay? Because in Godot, remember that whenever we did a change, we had to select it directly here in the game view. So we couldn't kind of, okay, go here to the game view, and as you can see here, the game view does not reflect the current state of the game, whereas here the scene view does reflect the current state of the game. If we unpause this and continue playing, in the scene view we see the current state of the game. So once again, I just wanted to mention these things because, of course, it is amazing the fact that at least we now have a game window or tab in Godot, but it still lacks lots of functionalities that should be there. Probably they are going to be added in 4.5 or something similar, because it would be amazing to also have in the directly here in the scene also the changes, because if the window is floating as here, well, maybe here the different things should appear. And also it's a little bit buggy, the window right now, as you can see. It's kind of I don't know, it doesn't move smoothly. Okay, and sometimes when you do move it quite fast, well, right now it's not. Yes, there you can kind of see it, I believe, that the rectangle kind of starts to break a little bit, and overall it doesn't look smooth. Okay, so it does like some, I would not call it basic functionality because the core is there, but it does like some stuff. And once again, I just wanted to mention these differences because I was super excited when they finally introduced the game tab, but well, there's still functionality missing, and moreover, directly in the same view. So well, what do you know of this? Let me know. Sorry, what do you think of this? Let me know in the comments down below.